Hi everybody. So this is a little bit of a vulnerable and definitely a very authentic share with you all. I've been running this conversation over in my head all morning, and I've been thinking about it a lot last night because I had a conversation with a client online yesterday, and she said something like, and I'm paraphrasing here, but she said something like, I know you're moving away from crystals, or she said, she was asking me if I still thought that there was value in learning crystal healing and transpersonal healing, which I was teaching, because she could see that I was moving away from that, or in her perception, I was moving away from that and moving more towards coaching and mentoring. And it really got me thinking deeply about this, and I'm sure a lot of you have noticed my shift, and so I thought I'd speak to that today. And it's taken me to a really deep place of contemplation. So this will probably take about 10 minutes to explain fully, and I really invite you to stay with me on this, because I think it's going to add some real perspective to your journey, your spiritual journey, and where you are now, why you are where you are, and what the path looks like as you move forward. So as I was in the shower this morning, I was thinking about this, and I thought the truth is I'm not moving away from crystals at all. I place so much value in crystals and all natural healing, but I'm just not moving towards them anymore. And I think that's what the difference is. So crystal healing and crystals and Reiki and pranic energy healing, and even medicine, naturopathy, all of these healing modalities, all they are is tools. And what is at the root of all of those tools of healing is energy. And when you're working with crystals, the crystals are the conduit or the tool that you're using to carry that energy, to feel that energy, to work with that energy. And there comes a point in your evolution, if you're a person that's self-developing, where you transcend the tool and you no longer need the tool, because the way you perceive energy and understand energy shifts from a conceptual understanding of how it works to an embodied understanding of how energy works. And then, there's so many more levels of deepness, and I am by no means at the end of that journey. But I've come to a place where I've simply transcended the tools. And so I no longer need crystals. I no longer work with crystals in a healing capacity, which is why I don't offer one-on-one healing sessions anymore. And I'm moving away from immersing myself day in, day out, talking about crystals, teaching crystals, because it doesn't serve my journey anymore. I've embodied it. I live it inside out, to the point where I've transcended it and I no longer need it in my life, because it's there. It's in me. It's a part of me. And so whilst it may appear on the outside that I'm moving away from crystals, the truth is I'm just no longer moving towards them, because they are a part of me now. And so I liken it to a metaphor of, when we go in a new direction and we want to get to a new place, we rely on maps to get there for the first, well, as long as it takes, right? And we use those maps as a tool to get us to where we're going. But one day you realize you can get there without the maps, and the direction is embodied in your soul, in your cells, and the map becomes superfluous. It still has its value, and it's still a part of you, because the map is imprinted in your mind's eye now, but you no longer need to walk with it and be looking at it to get to where you're going. So hopefully that metaphor helps put this in a little bit of context for you. And so I started working with crystals around 2007, I think it was, when I did my training. I also did my transpersonal training around that same time, or just after. And, that was about 15 years ago now. And it's been a beautiful, beautiful and amazing journey. And it took me about 10 years of working with crystals before I started entering this phase of transcendence. and getting such a deep understanding of energy that my perception shifted, the way I lived my life shifted, and it changed my entire existence. And then it's been the last 5 years of really consolidating and confirming that shift. And recently this year, because of things that I've gone through personally and professionally, I realized that I have fully come through. I have transcended, and I have gone up to that next level of being and understanding. And so the entire journey from there to here took me 15 years. And so for some people that journey will take a lifetime. For some people that journey might take 1 year. We're all different. It's not a race to the finish line. But it took me 15 years to get from that start of my energetic awareness to where I am now, which is actively working with the law of attraction. It's actively, living everything that I am talking. I don't just talk the talk, I walk the walk. And so the question, I guess, to ask yourselves, if you're wondering whether you're there or not, is questions like, have I transcended my traumas? Am I still energetically attached to my traumas? Or do I approach trauma and challenge with absolute, genuine, heartfelt gratitude and appreciation? Am I financially abundant? Is money flowing to me? Is my business successful? Because abundance and money attraction is actually deeply ingrained in your spiritual development. And if you don't understand what I mean by that, then you're not there yet. You're not in that embodied stage of understanding, because money is simply energy, and it's something we attach value to as a society, and that value mirrors the value within yourself and acts as a mirror for what you're attracting. And so, working actively with the law of attraction is actually a big part of leveling up spiritually and coming to that next level of understanding about energy. So if you're still in scarcity mindset and financial struggle, then you are not there yet. You're not there yet if you're still finding that you are in self-doubt about your abilities. You're not there yet if you don't know what your energetic alchemy is, or your gift that you've got to give the world. So there are lots of clues to tell you whether or not you've fully shifted into that next level of energetic understanding and personal evolution. And so it took me 15 years of journeying to get here, and that was completely on my own. So of course I have friends and people to bounce ideas off, but I didn't work with anyone. I didn't work with a mentor. I didn't really attend a lot of spiritual development events. I focused on creating spiritual development content, but through doing that, I was actually teaching myself as well. Like, I don't know how much you guys realize that even just writing like the content for the courses was massive for me on my own personal development level, because it was helping me to embody and understand more deeply these concepts that I had more of an intellectual understanding of. And I had so many really true, heartfelt, soul-felt yes moments writing that course material, where that knowledge and that wisdom that I'd been holding on to for years just dropped in, and just I felt it through my entire being, and I was forever changed. So the reason why I'm now working one-on-one with people, well, actually, let me just jump back one step. The reason why I'm no longer working one-on-one with people in a healing session, the reason why I'm no longer a coach for people coming through, you guys coming through the crystal healing courses and the transpersonal healing courses, is because to do so would keep me anchored in my it would keep me tied down on my evolutionary journey, and it would stop me from being able to continue to grow and explore and continue rising up in my own evolutionary journey. And although healing is something we offer with all of our heart, with no there's no expectation of return, there's definitely an energetic exchange, because to not have an energetic exchange and to just give actually goes against the laws of nature. But there's no, you're not doing it for self-service. But there also, when you are doing anything in life, you have to be growing from it, because if you stop growing, you lose all purpose. And if you have no purpose, you have no reason for living. So when we do something, it also has to be in that energetic exchange. It has to be nourishing something within ourselves that we can learn and grow from. And so, you know, I have an amazing team that works with you guys, that helps you through the crystal techniques, and there is so much value in that. So when the lady asked me yesterday about whether or not I still saw value in it, the answer is an absolute resounding yes, because, and I've always said this, and I say this in the content of the courses, crystals are an amazing realization tool. They are a spark, they are a definite and defined step along your spiritual ascension path. And by working with crystals and working with energy in other capacities like Reiki, etc., you are already more advanced spiritually and on an evolutionary perspective than a significant portion of the population. However, they are not the end of your journey. They are almost just the beginning of this awakening of what the true nature of energy is. And so as I continue to grow and evolve, the roles and how I put myself forward in the world is also evolving and changing. And because it took me 15 years to get here on my own, I want to be that person that's there for you guys, to show you where you can go from where you're at now. So if working with me can cut down a 15-year journey to a 2-year journey, where you are living your best life, where you're working energetically with money, where you have completely healed your traumas, and every crap thing that happens to you in life between now and the day you die is embraced as a beautiful learning opportunity, where childhood trauma is healed and you feel love, where you speak your truth, where you stand in your power. If I can offer you that and speed up that process for you so you don't have to wait 15 years to get to this point, then that is why I'm here now. Because it's working with mentors and people that have walked that journey. It's people that are walking the walk, not just talking the talk. These are the people that sorry guys, my video stopped. I just had to restart it. So what I was saying is, on your journey, it's about seeking out these people that can show you the path forward. And I've started doing that myself after 15 years of not seeking out mentors and teachers and people that have walked this journey to help guide me forward. So my next 15-year evolution doesn't have to take 15 years. It might only take 2 years. And so I would love to be that person for you guys, because it's all about integration. Everything you're learning now, if you're new to crystals or you're in the middle of your crystal journey, it's about integration. And everything you're learning now at some point will become so ingrained and integrated in your body and being that you no longer actually need it. And so this is where I'm at now. And even if you are at the start of your journey, it's still a really great time to connect with me and to start thinking about where this journey is taking you on your own personal level. Because wow, the world of energy is such a powerful and amazing space. And once you get to that level of understanding, your whole perspective on the world shifts and you are forever changed. And the way you view the world is never going to be the same again. So I hope that answers some questions that you might have about the direction I'm taking. And in 2023, you're going to see this, this shift really becoming more prevalent in a physical manifestation. So I'm doing the one-on-one immersions and coaching, the small group coaching labs. And trust me when I say everything that I'm offering through the coaching and through the labs is part of this journey. So the example I gave earlier of the scarcity to abundance mindset, this is actually a very, very important step in your energetic development. And for people that can't understand that at this point or see that relationship, that's absolutely fine. It just means that you're not at that level of understanding yet. You will be, you'll get there. And so the labs that I offer in that are to help you shift upwards, to gear upwards and start understanding not only crystals from an energetic perspective, but the entire world around you is energetic. From money to trees to my cup of coffee to my belief systems, actions, everything obeys the laws of energy. And it's almost like the Matrix, where everything becomes code. It's that way of viewing the world, where you just start seeing everything in terms of energy. And so the small group coaching that I'm offering next year is an amazing opportunity to start tapping into those higher levels of energetic awareness and energetic embodiment with me. And I'm still learning, so we're teaching each other, and it's such a great space to start integrating not what you're learning through crystals and the transpersonal journey, but into a real world context. So we're also going to dive into the Kybalion and consciousness, because there's so much I've learned over the last few years about the nature of consciousness. And I've studied psychology, I've read hundreds of books, I've been a practicing energy practitioner, and I've done lots of like plant medicines and drugs and things like that over the course of my evolution, in search and in understanding of the levels of consciousness. And I'm at a point now where I need none of those things. I'm in the self-actualization stage where the tools fall away, and I would love to share some of that with you, of what that feels like and looks like, and how you can get there. And yeah, it's a pretty amazing space. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you over my Saturday morning coffee. Big topic for this early in the morning. It's about 7 a.m. But yeah, I just really felt the need to connect with you more authentically about where I'm at, where I'm going, and why, from an outside perspective, it looks like I'm doing certain things the way I'm doing them. I would absolutely love to hear your comments on and feedback on that below. So please, let's open this up into a conversation. And may we all journey forward in 2023 with forever opened mind and forever opened heart.